Hey everybody, let's take a look at what you'll need to know for IXL T.2 about metric units and IXL T.7 converting and comparing metric units. If you remember when we did this several months ago, feels like years now, we had this staircase that kind of showed all of the steps between base unit, which sort of fits right here, and going down to get smaller units where we would move the decimal to the right, and going up to get larger units where we move the decimal to the left. And we have these prefixes, deci, centi, and milli on this side, and deca that they don't use very often, and hecto, which is rarely used, and then kilo, which they use quite often. So those would be all of the possible prefixes that show up in the metric system. And with metrics, the converting is pretty easy because it's just moving decimals right and left. It's a good thing to have in your mind, though, kind of an idea of how big each item is. So when we're talking about mass, 1 gram is equal to about 1 large paper clip. 1 meter is about the height from the floor to your waist, or 1 very long step. You have to take a very long step to stride a full meter. It's about 39 inches. It's 3 inches more than a full yard, so that's a long step. We won't be converting yards to meters, though. And then last of all, a liter, which is about the size of a large water bottle you might buy from the store. Not a 2-liter pop bottle, but the big water bottles you get, or about the size of one of those, yikes, hydro flasks. All right, let's look at a couple of really easy conversions in the metric system. Our first question, which is more? Let's add a question mark on the end of that. 9 kilograms or 8,998 grams. Well, grams would go right there, and going uphill we would say 9 kilograms. Wow, that's 9,000 grams. So 9,000 grams, well, that's way more than 8,998 grams by 2 entire grams. So easy choice on that one. Here's a similar question for us to look at. Which is more, 10 grams or 10,005 milligrams? So again, we would find grams right here. So 1 gram would be 10 decigrams, 100 centigrams, or 1,000 milligrams. Well, if 1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams, 10 grams would be 10,000 milligrams, but we have 10,005 milligrams on the other side. So in this case, 10,005 milligrams is actually more. Okay, let's look at this one. We have 20 millimeters or 2 centimeters. Well, down here we have our 20 millimeters. If we go up 1 step, we would move our decimal to the left. That would become 2 centimeters. Wow. So in this case, 20 millimeters is the same as 2 centimeters. They are equal. For our last sample, let's take a look at this one, and I can promise you that you will never hear anyone ask you about hectoliters. It is just so uncommon. In all my time living in Europe, I never heard anyone talk about hectoliters. So let's look at the problem, though, because it is going to show up on IXL. They want you to know every step. So looking here, 799 liters. Well, liter starts here. That's our benchmark. Right here is the prefix hecto, and there's 100 liters in a hectoliter. So this would be 800 liters versus 799 liters. I think we can see that 800 hectoliters is more. Okay, remember to take a close look at this staircase. I'll leave a sample of that image in with the documents for the Google Classroom lesson today so that you can look at it. All right, good luck on IXL T.2 and T.7.